Okay. Hi, and welcome to part two of this read. So, again, I'm not really sure why things were broken up like this, and I was asked to do two reads, but here we are. I took a break in between, and it was kind of interesting because as I was setting up, I had this card fall out. So, I'm going to read it Charity, which is prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. So pretty much the sum up of what we just talked about in the other video, that our job right now is that we're ushering this energy from the dark into the light. We're finally at the stage. Everything is in motion. Um, there's not a lot we need to do, but at the same time, there is. A lot of the things we need to do is the inner work, right? Our work. So Um, I'm going to read this thing that came up in my feed while I was on this little break in between these two videos. So I couldn't have summed this up better. And so, because I know there's probably a lot of you out there asking, what do I do? What can I do? Yes, prayer, meditation, contemplation. But like, how do we do this shift out of 3D to 5D and into the matrix, or out of the matrix and into the new one that we want to create, right? I'm just going to read this. This is off a channel I follow on Telegram. So if you're on Telegram, but this is like or not a forwarded, but a reposted message. The person is, let me just see, Georgia. Yeah, okay. Um, it's a hidden account too, so I don't think you'll find it, but I'll just give them credit because I'm not reading my work here. Georgia Blue Eyes. Okay. The best way for all souls to stop giving the system their energy and thus their power is through complete detachment from it, mentally, emotionally, and energetically. The system thrives on attention and engagement, whether it be through opposition or compliance. By no longer acknowledging its existence, not even to fight it, the illusion dissolves. Here's how souls can achieve this. Number one, inner sovereignty. Focus entirely on your own inner reality. The system only has power when you validate it with your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Reclaim your inner space and refuse to engage with any of the system's narratives. Number two, non reaction. Even resisting or trying to dismantle the system still feeds its energy. Instead, cultivate neutrality. Do not react to the system's existence. Observe it as a fading illusion without attaching significance to it. Number three, and I think this is the key that we need to be doing, creative focus. Shift all your energy toward creating a new reality based on unity, freedom, and love. Put your attention on building and living in a world that aligns with your highest values without referencing the old system at all. That's where I'm getting caught up. I'm still in that, like, I'm gonna pay bills. Trust me, I'm right along with you. I gotta work on this too. I'm no better or further off than anybody. Number four, meditative awareness. Practice detachment through meditation and mindfulness. Let thoughts of the system come and go without latching onto them. Stay centered in the present moment where the system has no real hold over you. Number five, live as the creator. Recognize that you, as an extension of the one mind, are the creator of your reality. As soon as you stop acknowledging the system, it ceases to exist in your experience. Focus on your creative power and the reality you want to manifest, knowing that the system is nothing more than a temporary illusion. By holding these principles, souls collectively withdraw their energy, and the system fades away naturally without the need to fight or dismantle it. The key is to live from a place of pure awareness and creation, beyond the illusion of separation. Yeah, anyway, I couldn't have summed that up better. really couldn't have. Okay, but of course, we're gonna continue to read and see what the cards have to say. But just to kind of sum that up, it's like I know we feel like our conditioning is that we have to do something. What I'm really trying to say to you is that like the system is dismantling itself 100%. So we don't have to worry about that. That the little thread on the sweater has already been pulled. It's unraveling. The house of cards is coming down. The Jenga block got pulled out. Everything's coming crashing down. There's nothing more that we need to do. We've done all that work up until now, whether it was you directly or groups you're part of or the way showers that were ahead of us that have started dismantling the system, right? So we're at the collapse of the system. We like there really is like that last video that we just did is there it was do nothing. It's like basically the end. Last couple cards. We don't have anything to do except our own inner work, right? To keep that vibration high. Our job is the manifestation of the new, right? We don't need to align or get caught up in the old anymore. It's collapsing anyway. We talked about that. Like it's like, oops, oh my earring fell out. Oh well. I don't know. Let's see where it goes. There it is. Okay. So it's collapsing. We don't have to be a part of that anymore. We just have to, the one thing we do is have to observe. It's like we're here to witness. That's all we're here to do is to witness and then process and help others because they might be a little bit further behind in the process that they're going to need a little bit of help processing this. All right, I'm going to read the cards just like we would do an energy read for the week. Seeing as we're already halfway through, I'm just going to read one of the energy cards. We'll do these two cards though to ask about like the overall theme for the rest of this week. So you can use the previous video as sort of like the beginning of the week, and this will be like sort of the end of the week. But yeah, we'll just take a look at the energy and see what's coming up, and then I don't know, and I'll just maybe be doing an energy read. I don't know if I'm gonna do a portal read this month at the 10:10. I'll just have to see. I'll have to get a feel for that because it's like I don't know if we want to read the overall energy of the month. I think we already know where this is headed. So, all right. We got yeah. Okay. Oof. The lovers. I see the divine in myself reflected in another. So, yeah, that's the unity consciousness, right? I am you, you are me. We are all one. We are all walking each other home. Um, we're all like connected in that Christ consciousness, right? And that's what we're trying to open hearts, open minds. It's just time for us to like to do this work and to see that we're all part of it. And so that's the thing too, like with all this stuff coming out, right? With all this stuff coming out, we have to understand that there's souls that came here to play these roles and to like be a catalyst in things happening to get us where we need to go on this planet to bring all souls together. Like where we go one we go all. There's so much going on right now that it's super important that we recognize that we're all like connected and we're all like one collective trying to change this energy. So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely lower energy like souls. Um, I think right now a lot of what we're seeing happening, like in terms of like I kind of just talked to somebody on the break too about feeling like what happened to me yesterday in terms of my mood and my demeanor and you know, incidents that were going on around the house. It was just that like I was like attracting all this, not just attracting negative energy, but I it was kind of a bit of an attack, and it knew exactly what buttons to push with me, like, and I just let it happen until it fundamentally realized that I was doing it. So then I just basically I took a break, I meditated, uh I just I just checked out in terms of the 3D matrix, and I was like, nope, you're not doing this to me. I'm just gonna go gather my senses and rest. Sorry, this flipped up too, so I want to read it. The Hermit card also came up. Um, I journey to a place of solitude, but I just to deepen my understanding of self-knowledge. Yeah, just right now it's like completely about going within and doing the work here in within and not getting caught up in the rest of it. It was just 11:11 when I said that too. All right. Any other like main messages for this week? Interesting. Kind of unsticking it. Yeah. Interesting. The cards. The name is Alliance. Um, we have the drum with the different colors represented. Interesting. I'd almost say this is more like focusing this week on alignment rather than alliance. But it is the coming together of the collective and being in allegiance with each other, right? That you know, and to that we can take that over the lower energy, aligning together, alliance, creating an alliance together, um, and for good, right? So we all need to energetically be on that same page. So if we're all doing this work and going within, and praying and meditating, is like that is creating a good alliance, an alliance for good. All right. Apparently that's the theme of this week. I've never had that card. That's so funny. Um, hmm. Yeah, it just feels like it's more about alignment and coming together. Like that's the one thing too I've noticed is that the um the energy is really like coming up for us to to join forces and that sort of thing. So, ooh, okay, yeah. Honestly, we this is kind of just a repeat of not really of the other video, but the big focus right now is on yourself. And I know that always sounds selfish, but like it said in that reading I just did, it's really important right now that we're just focusing on our creative energy um, and that's funny as sorry, I can't make this up. I have to read this right now because I said we're focusing on our creative energy, and I pulled the sacral chakra card, which is basically about your birthing a new creative energy. They're just like shouting it right now. Just stay there and do the work there. Like that's so important right now that we're manifesting, that we're creating, that is our focus and not on everything else. Like I said, that's crumbling and falling down, and like we don't want to be in that building when it comes down. We want to be safely observing from a higher perspective 10 blocks back or whatever, right? It's coming down no matter what. It's happening. Um you wouldn't if you knew you were in a building and stuff started falling and it was like, should I just stay here? I should just stay. Like you may survive it, but you're not going to come out unscathed. So don't stay in it. Take the higher perspective. Go back. Work on yourself. We're going to observe this anyway. It's happening no matter what. So, creative energy, that's the first card that comes up. Sacral chakra. I'm going to turn another one because oh, okay. Oh, that was funny. So every other card they're all in the purple tones, um, which is really funny because they're all sort of like centered around the same thing. So we'll just read them. Um, we'll just read them. The focus totally to take us into the light is, besides that creative focus, is self as well. Okay, and making and tuning in to our energy. So first up, the royal you. Now this is a solar plexus card, but I think this is like coming from the space of like recognizing ourself as a divine sovereign being. Put on your crown, be your royal self. um take out that pre like matrix about royalty and all that. This is like the exalted you, the connection to source, the crown chakra, the crowning glory, where we step into our brilliance and our magnificence this week, which is awesome because we also got the recovery card. um This for me is always an interesting card when I read it, because so this is the Mother Earth representation. If you look, her belly, her pregnant belly is actually Earth. And then this is sort of like I don't know, if you would call it the God, spirit. Um, and they're right in front of the door, and it both combines to create some light, the keyhole and the key. So the recovery of the key to the universe this week. Basically what I'm feeling like is like, if you can do the inner work and you can pray and you can meditate and you can keep focusing on your intuition, your abilities, your skills, boo, we blossom into this beautiful golden lotus crown at crown chakra, full connection, bliss. What else is crown? Direct connection to source, and understanding that like we are that and we are part of it. It's basically, this week is just like the world opens up to us on that higher level. So stay in that energy and keep working with it. Because we also got, oh, anyway, I do want to say about that. So the key is right before us to open the door and walk through. What's on the other side? The light. This is going through the door. We have the key. We've recovered the key. Transformation. Love this card. Again, the lotus, very highly sort of represented there. So much going on in the card. It looks like in the back too, the phoenix rising from the ashes. But this is like taking us up into the consciousness. Like, it's like, I think this alliance isn't just the collective consciousness, but our direct connection with source. So that's a great way to end this week. Is like, just like, I just feel like the word is kind of like blown wide open. It's interesting because like the song that I attached with this video is Stay Alive, which it has this like context of someone who's not necessarily doing well, and um really questioning life and whether they want to be around. And I feel like at the end, though, it's like the dawn is, I called this the dawning of the light. Um, it's like everything we've been waiting for. The sun is coming up, and it says the dawn is coming up or something. And open your eyes, like open your eyes. This is everything we've been waiting for and everything we've been asking for. Just keep your vibration high and keep connected to source and do nothing less than that. Ooh. Like, we're at the critical stage of complete transformation, rising from the ashes. We also, the last card, well, right, how we do that is the lessons from the beginning. If we stay in our creative focus, and that leads us to this divinity. Um, The card is guidance, again, with these purpley blue, like third eye crown colors, right? Support, love, signs, direction. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing too, is like I said, like at the beginning of this video, this part two of this video is like, we really need to be focusing on like that, we're getting all this guidance. And it's like I said, we're started standing in the dark. And it's like a leap of faith into the light, but it's like there's lots of guidance and direction coming this week too. So just be mindful. Hi, Sam. How you doing? Just poor guy. I think he's just been beside himself with the energy and stuff. Anyway, I feel bad for the animals right now. They're just waiting for us to catch up. And hey, are you waiting for us to catch up? You gonna come say hi? You gonna come say hi? Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll wrap this up. Okay, well, I say that, but there's like three more decks I want to pull from. So, all right, yeah. So, just for the end of the week, the big part so far is like be prepared to be fully uh, stepping into who we are and what we came here to do. Okay, I'm gonna do these keepers of the light ones first. Yeah, you can come back in. How'd you get out there? Silly. He's a silly boy today. I feel for those. Like I said, I feel for the dogs, and I feel for all animals. They're struggling, I think, with this energy. All right, let's see who we have with us for in terms of the keepers of the light. First up is the Miriam, so the Vesica Pisces, sacred vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Okay, I know this is tough because there's lots of things coming out on the planet about things people have done and who's good and who's bad and all of those things. Um, Again, we have to realize some of these people came to be catalysts for this shift and to like expose the dark. So, and there's a lot of people tangled up in things too that it wasn't by their choice, and they need our prayers right now, right? Their soul needs our love and our prayers right now. So that's sort of what the key thing too about like what we're saying about like just observing the truth as it's coming out, and not getting like detaching from it, not getting really riled up about it, those kind of things, because yeah, I can't say it any other way. It's just that like that, there's people entangled in this that do have a good soul at heart and deserve I'm not going to say forgiveness because but even though the card says choose to forgive in order to heal, see the light in all. Um, Remember that love has no boundaries. I'm not going to say any more than that. Like, it's just, that is exactly the thing is as this stuff all comes out, it, you may not forgive right away, but that's okay. We can forgive later. But just understand we all had a role to play, to move this, whatever you want to call it, ascension along. We also got Mary Magdalene, the energy. Teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Follow your inner call and don't let anything stop you. Yeah, I just think this is like the notice from Spirit. Just keep going. We're so dang close, and everything we do have to speak up with love and communicate, and like, we're not suppressing our feelings, but again, we need to be in a place of not staying in that energy, right? If it makes us angry, it makes us angry. We're human. Some of it will make you angry. Some of it will make you cry. We've already talked about this. Okay, we also got Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. Nice. Like, that's kind of the tricky part. Tricky. part two right now is that it's like it is kind of difficult to manifest things right now. They're still coming through, and I think that's why we need to be like really cautious and careful about where we're putting our energy and what we're creating, because um, there's little obstacles to it now. So if we get discouraged or we give up or whatever, it's like uh, it's just going to be detrimental. We just got to be so careful about what we're manifesting. And just know obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. So keep doing the good work. Don't give up. Abundance is about to like it's a volcano. It's just like it's about to blow. Um, but for the good, right? So yeah, let's take our time this week and just really, I mean, the big part is stepping into our own, doing the inner work, stepping into our own gifts, and just observing the world as it goes. All right, let's do 3 of these and 3 of the Christ consciousness, and we'll leave it there. This part of the read feels interesting because it kind of feels all over the place, but it's also um, it's also um, it also does make sense. So, okay. First up, discovering the truth. You stand in the light of truth. That's kind of interesting too. So it's like part of the thing is that again, the truth all has to come out. That has to happen before the next step happens. Like I've been saying this for months now, there has to be that reconciliation of everything that's happened and all the truth is coming out. So just that's a good mantra to keep. I stand in the light of truth. I stand in the light of truth. If we want to help dismantle this system, again, it's not our job to do that. It's doing it itself. We just our thing is just to keep our light in the right place. It's like, okay, we're ready for the truth. We stand in the light of truth. We're ready to handle it, to feel it, to transmute it, to love it. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Yeah, no matter all this truth that we're learning, again, we're just observing from a place and acknowledging and recognizing it, um, and so that we can transmute it. So, but the other side is the same thing. Is like there's infinite abundance on the other side of this. Do not give up. These obstacles are being removed, right? This lower energy is being removed. Again, don't feed into it. Don't be a part of it. Don't fight it. Don't try to dismantle it yourself. None of that is really working. It almost makes it worse. It makes it worse for you as a soul. Again, get out of the building, walk up the hill, observe the fall from a high perspective, um, and use all your new gifts, your intuition, your everything. And I like this one. Voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Again, we can honestly, the answer throughout time has been the answer is always love. That is all there is. All you need is love, right? Just keep in that vibration and keep inviting abundance to come to you in the form of love. See what happens. Invite it in. All right, we're going to do 3 of this Christ consciousness deck, and then we're going to leave it there. I'm kind of struggling with this read. I don't know why. It doesn't seem off to me. It's almost like, here's what it's almost like. It feels like it's an energy I don't understand. It's the new energy. It's the love. It's not that I don't understand the love vibration. It's just that I feel like this reading's all over the place. Maybe you're not interpreting it like that, but yeah, it just feels a little weird. But it's like in the best way possible. Like, hmm, hmm, interesting. Okay, I'm taking the bottom one too. I'm taking two. Oh my god, I probably could just keep going. Let's. Okay, no, that's good. Okay, first up we have. I love this card. The baby. The baby. Wisdom bringer. Birth school. This is what we've been doing. And we have more wisdom than we understand. So we're really going to tap into it this next couple of weeks. So and don't be afraid. That's part of that thing of like speaking our truth is that we have things to teach, and as long as we're doing it in love and speaking our truth, then it's good. Like bring your wisdom to the table and start sharing it with other people. It's funny because the doubting Thomas card came up. Mind traps and doubt. What do I want to say about this? Um, yeah, it's about having faith and not and taking the hand and and surrendering, right? Don't fall for the mind traps and the doubt, 'cause like that for yesterday, that was what sunk me. It was just like, yeah, it was just like I got myself trapped up in my own whatever it was. I don't know. Uh my own mind trap of despair and hopelessness. It may not have necessarily been a trap I set for myself. It might have been energetically something that I brought in. Um, yeah, just focus more on trusting the universe and taking that hand, because look at that hand. It's like uh, it leads you to the salvation. Gotta trust. Gotta put that doubt out of our mind. Which is funny because the other card we got is faith over fear. You can cope. Yeah, because I feel like that's part of this thing is like a lot of us are still feeling really big doubt about that anything is happening, that we're a part of it, that we're gonna be fine. And it's like that is like the key advice is for us to believe in ourselves and to do the work ourselves. And we really need to like be that light and the hand for other people and start pulling them up and out of this, right? We got resurrection, which is embrace new life. It's the abundance cards from both just previous. It's like it's right there. We just need to take the hand. And then again, all you need is love. The heart. What would love do? It's a matter of being in those circumstances and asking that question. So, combating all this stuff with the energy of love and returning to love. So, that is our way out. If we're struggling to like deal with all this stuff, the way out is through. But we can do that with a big shield of love. So, yeah, that was probably not the reading I was expecting. um, I hope you got something out of it. I feel like the most important part of it, if we're going to go back and sum it up, is go back to the very beginning and focus on like the detachment piece. Us not being in this like um not being of the world but not in it, or in the world but not of, oh, I can't remember what the saying is. Anyway, okay, I feel like this is slightly going off the rails. um yeah. No, I actually don't want to. Is yeah, okay, that was it's just keeps coming back to that energy of love residing in it. The spirit of aloha. Live with unity, giving and receiving love. unity again, right? That was at the beginning of that thing, is like if we're going to focus anything, I'm going to reread that because I think it's really important. Hang on a second here. Here's number 3. Creative focus. Shift all your energy toward creating a new reality based on unity, freedom, and love. Put your attention on building and living in a world that aligns with your highest values without referencing the old system at all. Okay, that's where we're going to leave that. So I know I don't still. I think I feel like I'm gonna have to rewatch this video. Like I'm just not like comprehending the meaning of it. Like I'm anyway. Maybe it's that I'm too tired, and my energy is now like I need to go replenish my energy by meditating or something like that. So just know we're right in the thick of this. Um, the other side of it is much love, abundance, and connection to source. And yeah, that's all I can say. All right, we'll end that there. Um, uh, and I have no idea when I'll be back. Probably next week. We'll just do an energy read next week, and maybe the 1010 portal. We'll have to see. I feel like there's so much going on that's going to shift over these next couple days that that we might be coming on for a whole different reason. Okay, take care of yourselves, and I love you, and have a good night.